right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that everyone's coming in and coming out for Invest and Women Investing in Ourselves. So this is the Invest Podcast Women Edition. The ladies are in the house today. My name is Shaline Jane, and I'm here with an amazing group of women that are entrepreneurs, they're moms, they are world shakers, history makers, and risk takers. And so I will actually do some introductions, and all the ladies will go around and introduce who they are, their businesses. We want to make sure we support women businesses. We make up over 40% of businesses in America, and we're thriving right now in this day and age. So we're super excited to be here. I am, and we're hydrated. So who wants to kick us off by doing their intro?
I'll go. I'm Erica with Good Vibes Yoga in Old Sacramento, where it's not just a session, it is an experience. I am a mom, I am a wife, and many other titles in this world. But, yeah, who's next?
My name is Jennifer, and I am a realtor here in Sacramento, but I work all through California. Real estate is booming right now, so I'm super excited about that. But another thing that I'm super, super excited about is my Working Toward Freedom business that I just launched that is nationwide and pretty soon will be worldwide. So make sure you guys check that out.
So exciting.
And that's like a real estate education business.
So actually, Working Toward Freedom is a place where you come to be aligned socially, economically, and financially. It's an educational platform where we're just building a community for people to really raise their mindset and just their vibration, every part of their life, just really grow.
Okay, awesome.
Hello, I am Kendra Collier. I'm an up-and-coming videographer in the area. I travel through Sacramento, California. I got a couple invitations out of state. But just trying to give kids something else to do, and see and promote themselves. Everything's so expensive out here, and it's just like, these are kids at the end of the day, so why are you charging them $100 for something? But so just trying to make something reasonable for kids and parents to show that their kids are something too.
You mean like you teach how to do videography to children, or you?
I've done with 2 kids so far, but I'm just recording and chopping it up, making the mixtapes and putting them on Instagram, and then I also send it to them so they can share it how they want to share it.
Okay, like bringing out their stories and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And that's as a videographer. You don't see a lot of women videographers nowadays,
You don't.
right?
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's super exciting, creative too.
Yeah. I'm talking about 40% of women our businesses are women owned and ran. I feel like that's on the rise. I feel like it is changing directory where there are fields that are more male dominated where females are actually starting to step in and take their part. And I'm excited for that. I think that's really rad.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the growth.
I think there's a lot of paradigms that women have doing business and changing that, the culture shifting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
On it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Shaline Jane. I'm the CEO of Hydration Love. We sponsor these podcasts, and we're so excited that I get a chance to teach you the science of water for really detoxification. I'm into preventative health because I feel like you need to be able to detox all the acidic waste in the body that's creating sickness, disease, and aging. And as hardworking women business owners, I want to make sure that we have the vitality and the longevity in life to enjoy the success that we work so hard for. So hydration is key. It's the foundation of everything for the body. So I'm super excited. 15 years in the game teaching as a water educator and expert on alkaline, ionized medical grade water. So that's just a little bit about me. I know that we talked about how women are wearing so many different hats in our mental health. So I definitely want to bring that into the forefront of how do you take care of yourself when you're wearing so many hats and running a business and taking care of kids and being a wonderful wife, and how do you handle all of that in the culture of nowadays of running a business?
Mm-hmm. I will say for me, I have a very structured life. Like timelines are of essence for me. I'm scheduling all the time. whether it's for myself, the business, or my children, my husband, whatever it is. But like very routinely, I get up every morning at 4 with my husband, pack his lunch, get him off on the road, and then I have about an hour and a half before I wake my daughter up for school, right? So that hour and a half is my time. That is my silence. That is my time to do whatever I feel like I want to do or need to do for myself. And it's uninterrupted, right? It's just pure hour and a half. That's gold. If that gets messed up, if I start working in that hour and a half, like it does, it changes like just little waves throughout the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
so
even
you're the
with
5
that-
a.m. club then.
Yeah.
You are the 5 a.m.
I am
club.
the 5 a.m.
Yes.
club. Yeah, but I am definitely in bed by 8 p.m. because
Right?
I need my sleep.
When did she go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
We were at the
8
club last
p.m.
night. I didn't go to bed till...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
8 p.m. If I'm up later than that, I feel it so much. But balancing out that is my time. And then if I feel like I need more, then I'll schedule myself time. And I know that sounds silly, but I have to put it on the books. I have to put myself on the books.
No, I definitely agree with
I agree.
you. I wake up every single day at either 3:30 or 4 in the morning.
You're the 5 a.m. club too?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter
You
what
too?
time I go to bed. Last night I went to bed about 1
It don't
a.m.
matter.
I
Still
was
up.
still up at 4 a.m. and it's become so habitual.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's my time. And in that time, I do my prayers, my gratitude, my affirmations, my calendar, my to-do list, if I didn't get it done the night before, to make sure that everything that I need to get done today is going to get done, but starting off with the right mindset. You know, with our Working Toward Freedom platform, we get on a call every single day, and we do motivational calls, inspirational calls, to make sure that mentally we're starting off with the right thoughts. Because if you wake up and you're stressing, or you have certain things on your mind, bills, this, that, rather than waking up to those thoughts, I wake up grateful. I remember all the little things that I have, even just the air that I breathe, the bed that I sleep in, the food in my cabinets, just making sure that I'm waking up with that mindset rather than, oh man, I got these bills, I got this, I got this. So starting off super early every single day.
Gratitude state of mind.
And success is boring because you're consistently doing the same thing over and over.
So yeah, I am a part of that 5 a.m. club too. I also have a job I work with, R1RCM. It's a medical platform, so we do medical billing and stuff like that. So it was Sutter, but they gave us over to this other company, so we got contracted out. But 8-hour job, and then I'm right back. I work from home, so that makes it easier for me. My daughter, she's driving now, so she can take my son to school, take herself to school. So that's self-sufficient. All that's good. And excuse me. And then after that, it's just back to the editing. So I write my little list, who I have to do today, what I can get done today, and I just don't stress myself. A couple hours here, a couple hours there, and I have to walk away. I don't want to stress my eyes out. I don't want to get tired of it or just get bored. But if it's time to get up, I will get up and I will go do something else. I still have a life.
So being able to walk away too, that keeps you fresh for your content, and it keeps you motivated. It keeps you excited for it, right?
Right.
Because if you were to sit there and actually work till you're just exhausted and fall asleep on the project, like that project is now losing value. So you're keeping high value in the work that you're doing. I love
Right.
that. That's because walking away sometimes that is hard.
I gotta walk away when the job is done. I was up till 4 a.m. this morning because I went to the club because my homie was DJing, and so I had to come support. But I got done with my whole office and the whole house and all the domesticated things to run the household. Because to be successful, I needed to invest in organizing and making sure I knew where all my inventory was and where were the next projects coming up. And we got the calendar of May coming up for Asian API month this month, and so I MC more this month. And we have about 8-10 events going on, plus we're planning.
Stepping away for a little couple minutes or whatnot, I make sure I get my good time. You know what I mean? So it may not be every day, but it's 1 or 2 days out of the week where it's just me.
You just decompress, disconnect.
Yeah. I'm in my room, my door might be closed. My kids are always welcome to come in there and speak to me, whatever, but just leave me alone right now.
Yeah. Get my alone time.
Yeah, I need to decompress and, just
Well, they say, I don't know if you're introvert or extrovert, they say that sometimes you have to like, what is it, solitude time?
Yeah.
Getting your solitude time?
Yeah, so, and that's good enough for me, you know, I'm not a real hectic person, I don't want any drama or stress in my life, so just being able to just sit down and chill out for just a few minutes, that's my mental health, you know what I mean? So make sure I'm not going crazy.
Mine's that Monday through Friday, that hour and a half in the morning. That is my time to watch my show in silence or to read or to play on my phone, whatever it is that I need to do.
And do you plan those days? Do you like say, okay, on Monday I'm gonna do this?
Oh God, no.
No?
No.
You just feel
I'm not a
the
planner.
moment?
Like, I'm a scheduler, but as far as planning,
What's the
I'm
difference?
horrible. I have best friends that are my planners. They already know that Erica does not. Oh, there's a big difference.
Okay, can you unpack that for me? I want to know, make sure I got it right.
So scheduling is breaking down timelines.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. But when it comes to planning, there's so much more detail in the planning, right? Because like for me, for my business, it's block time. Okay, whether they want private full circle healing, and if it's a group or if it's an individual. Are we doing just meditation and a sound bath? But those are block times between a set time,
And that's
between 9
planning.
a.m. and 6 p.m.
Or that's scheduling.
That's scheduling.
Oh, that's scheduling, okay.
That is scheduling blocked time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas planning's so much more detail. Planning is like as if I didn't have my services already planned out, like I
Okay.
didn't know what the services were, then I'd have to plan what the service was gonna be, how long it's gonna go,
Oh, okay.
talk about the details in that service, and then what time are they gonna show up, and then how much time for set up and breakdown. There's
So like
just so
the
much more
logistical
to
things
planning.
of the business.
I am free-flowing, but structured free-flowing. Like, I know that sounds weird,
No.
but it's perfect balance between the two.
I
We
completely
understand
get
you.
that.
Yeah,
we,
me too.
We
She says
absolutely
things
get
like-
that
we
because
get that.
I live by my calendar.
My
But
phone calendar is
I'm
mine.
super spontaneous. Like there's some days
Yep.
where I'll just get up and I'll be like, you know what, I want to take a drive.
Yeah.
Or my mom calls me and she's like, hey, let's go to Spain. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Right.
There was no planning involved.
Yeah.
It was just I'm going. So I completely understand that.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you talk about self-love and self-care, I completely agree with you too. That morning time, every single morning, because during the day, with so many things going on, because I do also have another job. I work for the state and I work from home. So, throughout the day I'm working, my state job, I'm working my real estate, and now I'm working this business and the Working Toward Freedom business. So my day is pretty much from sun up to sundown is like working, unless it's picking up kids, cooking dinner, something like that. Like I don't even watch TV. I don't even know what's going on in the world unless I'm on social media. We don't even have cable. The only thing that we have is Netflix, so that my kids have something to watch besides playing Fortnite.
Same. Can I input on that too? With oh my God, I lost the thought. It was there. It's
It's
gone.
coming
It'll come back.
Come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah. but having older kids also makes it easier because I don't have to worry about daycare, worry about certain things like that. They can feed themselves as long as it's in the house, you know what I mean? So,
Thank goodness for
Thank you.
self-sufficient children.
I remember what it was. It was when you are so busy and there is so much going on that sometimes too, even if we have our morning time, sometimes that day is requiring something more for ourselves during the day. So that's having to try to find that time in the day that is so busy and so just limited on time for yourself. That's the challenge for me. Like I know I get my morning time. But if that day is like just wearing thin on me and I need that extra time during the day, that's where my challenge comes in. And so by the time nighttime reaches and I didn't get that time during the day, even if it was 5 minutes just to collect myself and take a breath, then I'll feel it at the end of the night.
Right.
And I'm like, I am so exhausted.
Yeah.
And I know why.
Yeah, breaks throughout the day are definitely essential, especially because you don't want to burn out.
No, but it can be hard to
It
make
can.
that time.
It definitely is, especially when you go by a schedule. And it's hard to kind of break away from the computer. And, balancing that as a mom, too, that's tough.
So how do you do it?
You have to.
Yeah, you just have to. And I think
make a way.
Because you'll make a choice. Like,
Yeah.
you make choices for everybody else, but you need to make yourself a choice too.
I love what you said. You said that you schedule, because I do the same thing. I schedule my stuff in the calendar first before I put everybody else in the calendar. That's what I learned.
Mhm.
Because what happens, I put everybody else in the calendar,
Mhm.
and then at the end of the week, I'm like, dang, I didn't get nothing done for myself.
Mhm.
And so now I have to be more conscious and aware of investing in myself first. And okay, did I get my gallon of water in? Did I stretch today and take a yoga class? Did I make sure that my muscles got what they needed? So I'm thinking about mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. I'm going through my list
Yeah.
of what did I do physically to my body today? Did I stretch, go to the gym, drink good water, have good nutrition? Did I eat my fruits and vegetables that I needed for the day? Mentally, did I read a chapter of my book? You know, I have 2 or 3 books going on at the same time, one in the bathroom, and one by my bed, and then one by my office desk, one in the so I have multiple books, and I have audio books, and then so I'm thinking, and then emotional, did I touch base with my friends and loved ones today? You know, when I was praying, who came to my mind? If your name comes into my mind throughout the day, I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. It's popping up for a
It's
reason.
popping up for a reason.
Mhm.
So I've learned just to like go through the gentle nudges
Mhm.
of, you know, what the Spirit's trying to like bring to me. Like, okay.
Just staying connected to the higher vibration.
Mhm.
You know?
And then also you said like my breath became my prayer. So I will, like when I'm walking to my next appointment, I really work hard at not rushing. Giving myself enough time so then if I get out the car, I can smell the roses on the way to the door.
Those details matter.
Those details matter.
Feeling the air on your face.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're stuck inside all day working from home and stuff, and being able to step outside and ground yourself and
Yeah.
get that sunshine on your face, or if it's overcast, you're getting that breeze touching your skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's activating senses that were not activated being indoors.
I just saw my neighbor we were doing a yard sale. The neighbor comes by and I get 2 bikes. I've been asking for a bike.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden I got this woman to come to my door and she's like, I got 2 bikes if you want it. I was like, for real? Like, yeah, bring the 2 bikes
You
over.
manifested that stuff right there.
So-
You manifested it.
So now it's like, you know, if I can get a quick bike run around my neighborhood just for like 5 minutes, it's the biggest joy. I have a big trampoline in my backyard too. And so in my trampoline, I always say it's not for the kids, it's for us. Like it's the adults trampoline. And so, I mean, even taking 2 to 3 minutes out just to jump on my trampoline for a song, you know, for one song in my day makes a huge difference.
You get your dopamine, your endorphins going by jumping on the trampoline, right?
Yeah.
It's giving that feel-good sensation, like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so
Yeah.
fun, I like this.
I gotta move my body.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's super, super important. I just started getting back to the gym consistently.
Yay! Welcome back!
Welcome back.
Yeah, I had an injury, and so for a while I used that as an excuse to not go.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I was just like, man, something's not right. Like, something's not, you know, you feel so much better when you work out. Like, even, like you said, just going for a walk, or, you know, I have a pool, just jumping in the pool and going
Yeah.
for a swim real quick. That, I think, is a major part of being able to perform and
Yep.
be successful, is making sure that you give yourself that time to move because your body needs that. The grounding part, that was a phenomenal input, because people don't realize how important it is to go out and be in nature. I love to hike. That's one of my things that I do for self-care too. Randomly, just going to hikes. I go to Fremont and I do, I can't even remember the name of the hike, but it's one of those ones, it's gonna bug me now, what is it? Geez.
But there's so many great hiking trails
Yeah.
here in Sac too.
Mhm.
There are Folsom,
Yeah.
Auburn.
But you don't even have to do the hikes. Like, the hikes are very magical and special and needed, but like, if you don't get time to take that hike, go outside in your yard, take your shoes off,
Take your
not
shoes
kidding,
off. That's what I was gonna
and
say.
just ground yourself, because we're energy beings, and we're
Yeah.
connected and always touching something electronic or by something electronic. We're covered by fluorescent lights all day long, so your body's absorbing that, right? The energy fields are absorbing that.
Totally.
Where does it get to go?
Right.
Yeah.
Anxiety and stress
You
for
gotta
our
move it
bodies, because
out.
our bodies are like, I don't know what the heck to do, because
Right, yeah.
you're off balance.
Yeah.
Take your shoes off, stand in the ground for
Mhm.
5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll
And
recenter
connect.
yourself.
Yeah,
It
connect.
just happens
Flush-
naturally. It
flush
just
stuff
it flushes
out.
all that negative energy out of your body. You know,
Yeah.
some people think it's hokey pokey, but
No,
it's
Some
just
people, but we're
it's
not
the
It came
basics.
from somewhere.
It's breaking down the basics.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
you
know?
you gotta be able to not. I wonder what happens in someone's paradigm to make them feel like it's weird. It's not
It's just
not
a
normal.
social stigma.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I don't
And
want
I
to
think-
not wear shoes outside. I
What
want my
people
feet
don't
to
It's
know
hippy dippy
and
stuff.
don't understand, they think is weird, you know? And so I think that's kind of where the stigma comes from too. It's just like, what do you mean, put my feet in the dirt? Well, if you did it, if you actually tried it, if you did your own research and study for self, then you would know these things and how important they are for you. So reading is essential. Making sure that you have all of the information and that you're doing your own research to be able to care for yourself in the way that you need to.
So I'm hearing that you have to have this driving factor to be like that. You can't be complacent.
Mm-hmm.
I think most women entrepreneurs, you'll find a common denominator is that they're self-motivated.
Yeah.
No one's got to tell you to get up and do your business, or no one's got to tell you to be passionate about doing
We're
your business.
visionaries. We have the vision, and we're willing to take the steps to execute that vision. We're going to make it happen.
And so that is a huge part, because a lot of when people, if you're listening to this and you're complacent right now, and you're like, well, I really want to own a business one day, or I want to get into business, or and you need a business if you work a job. If you work a W-2, W-4 job, the majority of Americans do, and we know that the middle class is the largest financial gap in America, and we're getting to the point where it's going to be the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and you need to pick a side.
Yeah,
So
there will be no middle class.
There will
pretty
be no
soon,
middle
right?
class. So if you're working a job, you're getting taxed W-2, W-4, SSI federal state's coming out of your paycheck. You need a home-based business. I don't care if it's real estate. You, as a business owner, you own a yoga studio. You have a videography business. You have a supplemental income and also a Schedule C you're filing every year for your tax deductions, so you can maximize on all the tax dollars that you're putting in to Uncle Sam. And so I think you also talked about how important it was to be motivated to go in that direction, to think like, hey, what keeps you engaged in your business? What keeps you invested to keep seeking wisdom and reading
The
and
people walking through my doors.
Right.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
community that's supporting me. All of you women here at this table right now, Johny Invest, like every single person in my corner motivates me too.
so other people really were the spark that made you go, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. So like even with mine, I do charge for my services, but if I'm out at a tournament and I see somebody's doing just absolutely great, I'm going to give them a free mixtape. You know what I mean? I'm not just all about money, 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 money. I'm doing it for everyone. So it's just like, there's other programs I help out here. It's like Sacramento Kings and Queens. It's a free basketball program out here in Sacramento. So it's just bringing the kids together, letting them know they don't need to be fighting each other and doing all this. But, you know, I'm recording that for free, doing everything, putting it online, just giving them promotion, and also letting the kids see what they're doing.
I love it, and that's something we all have in common. We're all giving back to the community. It's not just a financial gain for us. It goes so much deeper than that.
Right. It's about the impact.
It is the impact.
For me, you know, and I'm sure for everybody in business, we went into business because we have a solution for people. And so we go into business with other people in mind. It's not for us. It's not for the monetary gain. The money will come, but the thing is the people. Without the people, there's nothing. So that's definitely what keeps me motivated. And to be able to see other people benefit from what I'm doing, that's what I get from it.
Yeah, so I'm hearing a lot of the people, invest in people, you invest in your business.
Yes.
You choose people over the money.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. I think integrity comes a big way, like your character, where you put your heart and your time at. For me, I know that I did tons of nonprofit work, and I was the biggest volunteer in the community. I remember someone telling me, you're the brokest, busiest person I know. And I had to really evaluate all the free time I was giving because my business was not building.
You're finding balance between the fields.
Yeah, and like for my business, I was like, okay, I need to make money and make sure that I focus on my business, making money, so then I could be the philanthropist writing the $10,000 checks at the gala awards, you know, for a nonprofit. So I think there's a healthy balance too of investing in your business and investing in the community.
Oh, absolutely.
To do that in a way to integrate it where you can win-win that. I think that's why I do tons of fundraisers with my business.
Yeah.
You know, you can,
Exactly, because it takes money to be able to create an impact. I don't look at money as, a lot of people think, oh, money is this and that, but money is actually a tool. Money is a resource. Money isn't, gonna provide happiness and things like that, but it's a tool to be able to help you or help others get what they need in order to be successful. I was told that, money isn't going to buy your happiness. It's not going to do any of that. But what it will do is it'll provide you the airline ticket. It'll provide you
It provides the peace of mind.
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
To be able to have access to that. It's not so much the money, but it's just knowing that you have access to that, to be able to utilize the resources at your fingertips and not have to worry, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to have enough money? So it's a tool. It's a tool, and that's how it should be looked at, as a resource. We need to get out of the mindset that money is the root of all evil. Who else was told that as a kid? Anybody else?
Yeah.
The root of all evil. And if you look at it, the people who say that have the poorest mindset and the poorest bank account. So money is a tool, money is an asset to be able to impact people, to do what we do every single day.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I always have that philosophy, I get to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get to do this. I'm honored and privileged to be able to do this.
That's that gratitude.
It is that
Yeah.
gratitude.
Yeah.
If you live in a state of gratitude, there's no other space you can be in at that
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
So I always, if I am overwhelmed with whatever I'm doing, then I bring myself back to that state of gratitude, and I'm good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it does get hard,
Mhm.
especially
Yeah, let's talk
being a
about that.
mother, being a single woman, and doing this. It's like sometimes we get in our own heads, especially as women, we kind of
overthink
get
a whole lot
emotional.
of things.
Yeah.
I'm running 50,000 million questions when
But I
something
don't
comes
think
up.
our emotions are bad either. I
Oh,
don't
absolutely
think, I think feeling the emotions and actually being able to use those as tools too,
Yes.
to better the individuals that we're helping on the outside
It's
too.
so true.
Right.
I think it's like, you have to identify your feelings. That's for
Yeah.
me.
And
It's
it
like,
takes work.
It does take work.
And that's
It's
why that
constant.
do you
gratitude.
know how you feel right now
Right.
about that situation?
Right. And it's
Sometimes
asking
you go straight
yourself
over your head and you
questions.
just keep moving
100%.
on.
Yeah.
Asking yourself the right questions, like, why am I feeling like this? Being able to use emotional intelligence
Mhm.
is super, super important. And so what brings you back? You know what brings you back. You know what's triggering you. You know what you're feeling. And you know that you need to get yourself back to that state of gratitude. And I do that too. I could be so stressed out. And I'm just like, you know what, God, I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to even be in this position. Because these are problems that I used to pray for. Like, you know what I mean? Just getting back to that state of
I love that.
gratitude.
So my healing studio, Good Vibes Yoga, I have intention candles that I have every single person light before class. I think that is so important, and it's just something that solely resonates with you. You light it with intention. It can be whatever it is. And then you practice with that throughout the entire session. And then at the end, when I bring you guys into Savasana or into a heart opener pose, I make you bring the intention back to the forefront of your mind. I make you inhale your intention and exhale gratitude, love, peace, whatever it is that just rises to me. And that's what I have you guys just intentional breathing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And same with water, because water has memory with Dr. Emoto's work. And so it's the same thing of having the intentions of your prayers when you're drinking good, clean water. Because it has memory, and it's going to memorize your thoughts and the things that you put out there. And and you talk a lot about it. It's like your mental, how powerful our mentalities are, and our intentions, and our heart, and our spirit. When we're moving in that direction, you move mountains by your words.
Yes.
You move mountains by the actions that we take every single day to build our businesses and the people that we impact in a positive manner. You're doing that for children's lives and families. So, gosh, we covered a lot. We covered, is there anything on mental health things that you guys want to talk about as juggling? Because I'm thinking all the things that we do, you guys talk about gratitude, making sure we're booked on our schedule, being prepared, running it back on your calendar. All of us are working through time blocking.
I do want to hop on. Jen was talking. She had an injury that prevented her from going to the gym. She's back at the gym now, right? and we brought up excuses, and I feel like excuses are so easy to come by. Everybody can have an excuse not to do something, to not open the business,
what's your
or to
excuse?
not take that trip.
I want to know.
Right?
What excuse have you made for yourself?
Everybody has legitimate excuses.
Everybody has legitimate
Yeah.
excuses.
Yep, and will you fail because of those?
Mhm.
Or will you succeed? Are you going to make the right decision?
Mhm.
Because
Well, how do you know if you're making
You
the right
could, and you
decision?
chose not to go with the
Yeah.
excuses. You're like, no,
No, because I
I'm
think
worth
deep down you
investing
know.
in.
Exactly. Deep down you know, like, if you don't feel like doing something, there's going to be a consequence. All choices, all decisions have a consequence. And our life is just a reflection of all the decisions that we make. So, you know, it's a part of taking accountability is, you know what, is this going to be beneficial for my future self?
I love that. I love the accountability word.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I had an excuse. I had tore my rotator cuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a training class, a little gym performance. It was right behind my job. And that was easy because get off
Yeah.
work, go right over there,
Perfect.
boom. So now I'm working from home, and I got my injury, so it's just like, I can't even do a push-up. So it's just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
You got lower body?
Yeah,
Right.
Or you can go for a walk outside,
And
ground
that's
yourself
about all I
outside.
was
Get
doing,
rid
just
of
walking
it.
the little dog.
But that is beautiful. That's
Yeah.
perfect, right? Like, yeah, we all got something going on, but there's still something we can do.
Right,
Yeah.
you have to keep going to
You
do
have to
something
keep
else.
going.
Finding
Because
a
if you
way
sit
around
too
the
long, just like
excuses.
knowing that I'm an active person,
Mhm.
sitting too long, I start to hurt. So it's
Right.
just like, I have to do something else. So
I love that.
that's my motivation. Dummy, you hurt, get up.
Yep.
So it's time to go do something else. So
Yeah, because the more you sit, the more you're gonna hurt. Like, I even heard it from some people. Like, you know, I stopped working out and I stopped doing this, but everything hurts even more. When if you actually get up and move and get your body going, you're gonna eventually get better. And maybe depending on what type of injury you have or something like that, there might need some medical care, but making sure that you get that in order to continue to take care of yourself is important too. So, you know, my excuse was, oh, it'll go away, and so I never went to the doctor and it never went away.
Yeah, right? Something very personal with me that I haven't shared with anybody, and I'll share with the world now. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed last year. I went into a massive flare. I looked like an unhealthy 90-year-old woman. My husband had to help me get off the couch. He had to help me get out of bed. He washed my hair in the shower because I could not move. I lived with that for about 4 weeks before I was like, fine, it's not going away on its own. I'll go to the doctor now, right? Did testing for everything. Everything came back great except for my RA factor, the C4, and autoimmune. So with that, I was like, okay, because that harbored my weight training like crazy. And the mental game that took on me, because I'm used to going, I'm used to doing, nothing stops me. That literally stopped me in my tracks. That was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough to sit with because I don't sit well.
You're right.
I
Especially
don't.
being so
None of us
active.
do. Yes, so
I
active.
remember
And
being
so,
pregnant, and I was like, I can't. What you mean I can't lift up this bookcase right now
thank you
because I'm
very much.
pregnant?
Yeah.
Right? Thank you very much. I know. Billy's actually, when I was pregnant, he was like, put that down. I'm like, I'm fine. I
Like,
got
what are
it.
you doing?
I got it. But I put 30 pounds on over this last
Yeah.
year, which is a lot of weight. And so now at this point, and I've had moments where the woe was me came out. My excuses were coming out. You know what I mean? But I'm like, okay, well, I can either stay in this woe is me factor, or I can choose a different route and look at it as another learning opportunity and another way to grow and find another passion. Find something that works for me now.
Yeah.
And I think
And that'll be a way for you to help other people in their journey. And that's the way I look at it. Every difficult situation, everything that I face, I feel like this is going to give me the experience to help somebody else get through it, because somebody else might not have the same mindset that I have. And maybe I'll be able to impact somebody else by telling my testimony, sharing my story. Because a lot of people are scared to show weakness or scared to show that they failed. I'm like, no, look, this is what happened,
Right.
but this is what I did.
Fail forward.
Yes, exactly.
Learn from your mistakes. And
Yes.
Yeah. It's important because, like, I would rather have you learn from my mistakes than for you to go out there and make the mistakes and then fail. Why? I'd rather, so teach me your wise wisdom on all the things.
Being a mother and having to perform in front of my kids, especially as a single mom, I feel like I've been the one who they're watching.
Yes.
So I can't just tell them what to do. I have to show them, because kids don't listen to what
No,
you
they
say.
see-
Go
they
clean
watch-
your
they
room.
watch
Go
everything.
you know, they're not going to do it. But I get up every day. I clean my room. Anytime that there's an obstacle, I find a way around it. And I'm seeing that as my kids get older, they're taking that same thing on too. So you have to do what you expect others to do too.
Right, that part. That's positive model behavioring.
And
Yes.
Kendra, like you having your own children at home and then also helping the young children in our community,
Yeah.
that is phenomenal.
Huge.
The role that you're playing
Oh, my.
is huge.
And
Thank
So
you.
thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's rough sometimes,
I
because
bet.
kids are impatient all the time.
But
So
they're
it's just
learning, right? But
they're
it's-
learning.
Yeah.
So I always make fun of it. It's like I can turn my camera off, put it in the bag, and they're like, "Do you have my clips?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have my clips?"
They're
I'm like, "Oh my
excited.
gosh."
They're watching.
I don't even. I didn't even watch it. I don't know. So, but it's just to see them excited that they're gonna get something. It works out. So
Wow. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in our culture right now with our kids and our children. And I always think about when we look at women investing in themselves, how are we role modeling women investing? And like you're saying, a lot of the actions that you're taking, people are watching, younger generation to them, and they model their behaviors because of you. Is there things that you wish that you saw more of? Because I think I hear the talk of, oh, mainstream culture does X, Y, A, B, C. And we're not mainstream culture because we're women that are making differences in the lives of others, and because we took the personal accountability for our own lives. And with your story of RA, just being able to survive and say, you know what, I'm done with this. I can make this choice or this choice. What
I can
choice
make
am
an
I?
excuse or I can progress forward.
And as we continuously progress forward, there's so many things that people would use as an excuse to stop them from doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
What keep you? Is there other things and tools that you keep in your toolbox to continue going over the mountains and getting through the valleys of your life?
well, just being able to work with the kids. I coach too. So being able to be a mentor and also being on the other side, not just recording them and doing this, but showing them what they should do on and off the court. You know what I mean? So it's not just all basketball, So it's going to let you know you have to do good in school. We need to see your report cards and make sure you're doing well. Other than that, if you need help with something, let us know. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to not ask.
Do you think there's a lot of culture nowadays that people don't ask?
Yes.
Do you think a lot of women? I don't know about you. Like, do you have a lot of women friends?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I do too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you surround yourself with other successful women and other business women.
We always get the choice to choose our circle. We get to choose who energy we want to interact with, and I think that those are just they're a prize. All of your relationships with these strong, independent women are just a prize in life.
Mhm.
It's something of value.
And we can all learn from each other, and your circle. What do they say? You become like the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Are you going to be hanging around with millionaires? Or are you going to be hanging out with the people who were still kicking it on the block back when we were kids?
Yeah. And some of y'all still kicking it on the block.
I'm telling you.
Some of y'all want to get off the block. I want to get off the block.
Hey, finding that balance, right?
Right.
We're still individuals. We still like to have fun. Even though we are professional women in society, we still like to go and have fun and just let our hair down and just go with the flow.
Well, I think working so hard, you have to enjoy life. So my dad had a stroke in his 40s, and it really broke my heart because I saw how successful he was. I saw all the money he had and all the great things that he was doing, kicking it with Santana in the Bay Area, rock and roll and all those times. And then for him to have a stroke and then lose half of his body and then have 24-hour care for the rest of his life, I just understood that, gosh, you can work and have it all and lose it so quick. And so that's why I think health and wealth are so important.
And staying present, taking care of our health,
Taking
right?
care
If
of
we're
our
not taking care of our health mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually, all of it, all realms, then at that point, you got to do it. You got to
do it.
Right.
And women, we don't put ourselves first a lot of the times.
Absolutely, and you had asked, you know,
What keeps us motivated. And I think for me, every day is getting up and knowing my why. But not only knowing my why, but having emotion behind that. Because when there's emotion behind it, it's like when I say my gratitudes, most days I'm crying because there has to be so much emotion behind it. Because if there's not emotion behind it, then you're not really that eager to get it. You're just like, oh yeah, well,
There's a saying that says, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough.
Exactly.
Your why's got to make you cry, and it's got to be big.
And so those things, those excuses that we have don't even matter because the why is so big that that's more so what you're focused on.
Right.
So I think that's something that every day I keep in mind, and that's really kind of what keeps me going. Because you know, I love the people, and being able to impact, but it's my real deep why. Like, I want to leave a legacy for my kids. I want my kids to look at me and be proud. Like, you know, my mother is strong. You know, being a single woman and seeing me overcome so many things to be the resilient person for my kids. Ooh, see, look at me.
What a reward it is knowing that your children are seeing you in that vision. And that's going to motivate them to do the same things.
So.
We're shaping our future generations.
Exactly.
And
I
they are
see
going
it
to
in them
be
already.
amazing. I do too.
I see that.
And they're way more in tune with their emotions, I feel like. They are way more aware of their emotions now than I ever was as a kid.
Yes.
As a kid, you know, it's like, oh, you hurt my feelings, whatever.
Right.
You know, but like kids nowadays are so much more in tune with their emotions. And emotions, they can be bad, you know, or you can use them as a driving force behind your why.
I always feel like
You can
emotions
keep them
are always in motion.
motivated.
Yes, they
You
are.
know, you gotta rock. You gotta be agile. You gotta bend like the palm trees.
And can I say too, it's also okay not to understand the emotions.
Right.
You don't have to make sense of them every single time.
Every day.
You don't have that expectation of yourself. That's
Then what should I do? When
For
I'm
what?
all up in my feelings.
bring your mind back into a state of gratitude and bring connection back to your breath.
Every
That will
single time.
recenter you, and then at that point, your mind will actually open up space if you want to know why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling these emotions right now? At that point, it might arise.
I
Yeah.
love this self.
Figure out your triggers.
Yes.
Yeah. I love this self-reflection that you can actually go back. I read the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Great.
And it was a great book for me to be able to step out of myself and really analyze, how am I showing up?
Mm-hmm.
Am I showing up at my highest self right now with this person, with this interaction, and then staying present in that moment? And then I love your breath work. I'm learning so much of how I always forget to breathe.
Yes.
Everybody does.
And
Everybody
nobody
does.
realizes how important it is. Did you know that you can add to your lifespan if you breathe properly?
Okay, can you give us a demo of how to breathe properly so we can make sure we're all
absolutely.
breathing?
I can't breathe.
So,
Okay,
walk
so
down.
even with me right now, as we're talking, having this conversation right now, right? How are you breathing naturally? You just took a big inhale, but how are
Yeah.
you breathing before that?
That's what I'm saying. We have to
It's short,
recalibrate.
shallow. As society, and especially as women, we're taught to sit up tight, right? Suck it in. Don't expand that belly. Don't do that. No, keep the belly in. No,
Yeah.
a natural and normal inhale. It's inhale.
Through your nose.
What's happening? My chest is rising, my belly's inflating out. So I inhale. Exhale. Retract the belly button back to the spine. Your chest naturally falls. So when you're naturally breathing, and you can train your breath to be at optimal level, right? Getting the maximum oxygen in those lungs. So that 1, 2, if we're ever sick, our lungs are healthy enough to fight off whatever is going on. But breathing, how we're supposed to be breathing, those nice full inhales and slow long exhales, one, that calms the nervous system to put us in a rest state, right? And then it takes us into that parasympathetic nervous system. But 2, it just centers you, it grounds you. If you're nervous for something, bring your awareness back to your breath. You know, there's different types of pranayama work, breath work, so you having asthma and stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of kids, because children's asthma is up. So there's a lot of kids with asthma or panic attacks too. You know, people with anxiety. You can calm yourself down through your own breath. You can collect yourself with your own breath. That is our most powerful tool in life and the most underutilized tool
Yeah.
as human beings that we do.
I think that's what I learned
I
a lot
agree.
from yoga was it really helped me to breathe,
Breath control
to stay
is
calm in my body.
huge. If you're in a mental block, breathe. I'm not kidding. Sit there with your breath. Notice
love
the
it.
texture of your breath. Is it short and shallow, or is it low and full?
Helps
You
me
know,
with my posture.
are you breathing through your nose or are you breathing through your mouth?
Exactly. We do that every morning on our
Mhm.
call for at least 2 minutes with everybody on the call. We practice the cobra breath. Breathe in through your nose. Make sure that you're expanding your belly. Hold it for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6. So breathe in for 6 seconds through your nose and then hold it and then release, and making sure that you're expanding and then making sure.
And getting used to that.
Mhm.
Making that a habitual.
And
The more you
yeah.
do it, the more natural it will be without
Yes.
you even thinking about it. Because as of right now, most people, our breath are shallow and fast.
Mhm.
We're not breathing properly
Right.
because that's what we've trained ourselves to do. Now you can train yourself to get the most from your inhale and most from your exhale. The exhales are hitting all the negative stuff, so let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
I feel like the successful habits are extremely important for successful in anything when you're investing in yourself. I think once you like learn the keys and tools of success, it's how habitual are you consistently doing that every single day.
Yeah.
And I will say, even as professionals, like we have to remind ourselves to do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
No
not
matter the field we're in, we're
Yeah.
still human beings. Like we still have to work on ourselves every single day.
Every day.
We have to invest in ourselves every single day so that we are, optimal level for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, I can't ask something of you if I'm not willing to do it for myself.
Exactly. We're always
Yeah.
a work in progress, and I like that. That excites me. We're always growing and evolving, and I look forward to the future because of that.
So then do you embrace challenges?
I love challenge. Challenge, change, bring it on.
Yeah.
I love it.
They say
It's not
that
always easy, but I love it.
once you feel like you've arrived, that's when you've actually died. Because
Mhm.
through life is growth. You're consistently growing. You're consistently learning. There's so much in the world, and for someone to even have the audacity to say, I'm done learning. Like I'm good. I'm where I'm at.
I've arrived.
Yes.
That's wild to me. I don't have that mindset.
Right.
No.
Which is why we're all in the field that we're in, and we just keep going for more.
Yeah. and
We
you
stay
keep
hungry.
learning. Yes.
Mhm.
Because once that hunger dies, once you feel like you no longer need to feed your brain, it's like it all goes away. Then, so that's why it's important to keep moving. They say when you get older and then you just stop doing everything, that's when they pass away.
Saddest question. That's it?
Yeah.
That's it? That's it.
Oh, man.
I'm like, can't stop, won't stop.
That's right. Keep it
Yeah.
Well,
going.
we have like the Kenai, right? Like constant and never-ending improvement. I have always had the mentality of, and I think when you have great people in your life and great mentors and great people in your relationships, they stretch you. They're going to really stretch you. They're going to allow you. I always do better with a coach or with a personal
Yes.
trainer, right?
Mhm.
When I train or when I do something, even when I go to yoga, my yoga teacher will fix my stance or my posture. They'll take me to the next level. Like they'll push me harder. You want to go 12? Let's go 13.
Yep.
Right? So having someone that sees more in you than you see in yourself at times has really been a great success for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I do more because you believe in me.
No, seriously. They say that it's easier to let yourself down than it is to let other people down. And so when somebody else is expecting something from you, like that's why they have gym partners, right?
Right.
Where
Accountability
accountability.
partners.
Yep. Okay, I gotta go because if I don't go, then she's not gonna want to go. Or
Right.
I don't like gym partners. I like working out by myself, but I like the self-accountability for myself,
She just wants to teach the classes.
I do like teaching classes. But like when it comes to actual weightlifting and stuff and going to the gym, like I am a solo person. I like putting my headphones in.
Yeah.
But that boils down to self-care, right? Because
Right.
that's my time.